Hey guys, so a couple days ago I went and saw another double feature at the movie theaters. I know, what a shock! I haven't done that in a while. Um, as I kind of got like an announcement to make as far as the future of my reviews, in that I'm gonna be probably not doing as many reviews as I've been doing, especially over the last couple months. Mainly just because financially I can't afford it. And I unfortunately don't make money doing these reviews. And if I did, I'd be going to see movies like all the fucking time. I'd be going to see whatever. I'd be going to see good movies, bad movies, everything from in between. But I just can't afford it right now. But I will still like try to do a lot of the certified fresh films on Rotten Tomatoes. Try to see those when they come out in the theaters, and if there's like any other movies that I wanted to see that didn't get good reviews, uh, I'll just wait for them to come on Redbox or on DVD or something like that, and then I'll review those. But that's pretty much what's probably going to happen from here. It's just like I said, I don't know if anybody knows this, but going to the movies cost money. I know that's a shock, right? But I like I said, I'll still do reviews. It's just probably not as much as I've been doing. Just yeah, it's like you gotta pay your bills or you gotta go to the movies. You gotta pay your bills or you gotta go to the movies. I was like, I guess I gotta pay my bills. I mean, need your car to get to the movies, and I need to pay my car, in order for me to keep my car. So, anyways, yeah, it's fucking sucks to being a grown up. I mean, don't grow up, kids. On that note, my first movie I did see the double feature, as far as my double feature at the movie theaters, was Ralph Breaks the Internet. I know I'm late in the game for seeing this movie, but this is, of course, a sequel to the movie Wreck-It Ralph, which I did review in like 2012, and I was doing reviews at that time on my Facebook page and posting them on my Facebook page, and like for only my friends to see it. And I remember really liking Wreck-It Ralph. I loved Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was a really funny, cute little movie. That was a nice send up to old school arcade video games, and really, was creative in the environment it created. And I love like the fact that the villains in video games were having a support group. It was like an AA meeting. It was pretty fucking funny. Um, but I like I said, I really loved that movie. And of course, when I heard a sequel was being made, I was like, oh yeah, why not? Like, you got a really vast world that you could build upon, that this movie created, and you could get the rights to even more video game characters. Hell, I remember them talking about bringing in Mario, and apparently that never went through. I don't know what the fuck happened with that, but they had like Sonic and shit like that in the first one, and he makes an appearance in this one too. But it's like yeah, you can do a lot with this fucking idea. And but then they're like, oh, we're just gonna have him him going to the internet. I'm like, what? Like, I was like kind of like, what? That's weird. Okay, but like I thought the trailers were funny. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's weird, but that's not the direction I would have gone in. But okay, whatever. Um, and I liked it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. I laughed quite a bit while watching this movie. I've seen that while this movie's getting well received by critics, it's not getting well received by the audience, it really seems, anymore. And I'll get into why I think that. I really haven't really read why people are not liking it as much as critics are, but I'll get into why I think in a bit. But I liked the movie. I thought it was cute. It's your stereotypical kids movie. It's predictable. You know where it's going. But I still enjoyed it. I liked the first one. I liked the relationship between Ralph and Vanellope. It was cute and adorable between this this little cute little friendship that they have. Um, Even if I know some people say Sarah Silverman's kind of annoying, and I like Sarah. I've never had a problem with Sarah Silverman really. Um, I thought like I said, she does fine. I like John C. Riley um, in this one, like as the voice of Ralph. Uh, this is a movie that it's like it felt like a much better version of the Emoji Movie, kind of in a way, in that like it tries to fit in as much shit as it can about the internet. Like it is kind of funny, like seeing what stuff they got the rights to and what stuff they didn't get the rights to. Because there's like a lot of moments in the movie you see stuff in the background and you're like, oh, like what was it, BuzzTube? Like I was like, what? They couldn't get the rights to YouTube. But then they do reference YouTube at one point. Like, so why didn't you just have a fucking part of YouTube? I don't know. Because it's like, it's supposed to be YouTube. Like, because, like, Ralph is a viral hit. Because, like, this is one of those movies, like, this movie ain't gonna age well, like, probably within 10 years. Because, like, maybe even 20. Like, it's gonna be very fucking dated. It's one of those movies, like, they really didn't think that through too much. But, like, they're talking about what's going to be viral and about, goat videos, cat videos, and, like, yeah, because that's still popular. But, yeah, like, it was kind of fucking weird. Like, they had that BuzzTube. Who's the voice of the girl who was... They got, like, a lot of good voice casting in this movie. I'm trying to remember who the hell was in this. I know Gal Gadot plays the racer, fellow female racer on that, what was that, Slaughter Race or something like that, that video game, online video game that they play in. Hell, you even got Bill Hader playing, who the hell was he? What was that guy's name? Bill Hader. JP Stanley, that... he was like clickbait pop-up ad, like, who just go around harassing people walking around the internet. Like, oh, do you want to earn money by playing video games? Oh, do you want to meet single girls? And, like, it was kind of funny. I liked it. There's elements. This movie, it's obviously a PG movie. It's kind of funny, like, how it tones down the internet as much as it can for a PG movie. Like, there's a lot of things, like, they could have gone with as far as the internet if it would have had a lot more, room to move. But, obviously it's PG. Like, there's the comment section at one point, and Ralph sees a comment section on one of his videos, and it's like the most PG comments I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen comments on YouTube. They're not very PG. The hell was that? If I felt something on my leg. It says, like, I was cracking up about that. This is one of the movies that's not much to talk about. Like, I like the movie a lot. I remember one thing going into this movie I was worried about was that it was going to be a lot of self-indulgent crap with, like, especially with Disney, because there was, like, all these cameos, like, look and you'll blink, or if you blink and you'll miss, like, cameos, because it's like a Disney movie. There's a whole section that you see it in the trailer where they go to this Disney fan fiction-esque part of the internet. And so there's, like, all these cameos from Stormtroopers to Groot. My favorite, Groot is doing a live Q&A, and they're like, so, in Captain America's Civil War, why did this happen? Yada 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 yada. He's like, I am Groot, and it's like, and they're like, they go like, yeah, okay, I get that, I get what you're saying. And then they'll move to the next person. They'll ask them another serious question. I am Groot. I laughed at that. That was pretty funny. That Groot was the one doing the Q&A. Like, it's like, I was worried about that, but they didn't become too self-indulgent, because it was a very minor part of the movie. It's not like they don't spend a whole movie in the Disney part of it. It's like a very, like, 5 minutes, maybe, if it that. I mean, they spent most of the time with the Disney princesses, which was actually kind of funny. And I actually liked the part. I give them credit that they did with the Disney princesses part, because they got all the fucking original voice actors to do like Jodie Benson playing Ariel, and the girl played Belle, and they got Dina Menzel. all that shit. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I'm like, that is really cool. They got them all together doing this, and there's like jokes about them being princesses. That was pretty fucking funny. One of my fucking favorite jokes in this movie actually is at the end or in the mid credits of the movie, where it's that scene that you've seen the trailer. I forgot about this scene until it popped up. It was like, and it's a scene that you see in the trailer, and it doesn't happen until the mid credits scene, and it's. In the mid-credit scene, they even mentioned, like, oh, don't you hate when they put, scenes in a trailer that don't end up being the actual movie, and then they proceed to show you the actual fucking scene. That's the one where there's that little girl playing the game, or you're feeding, what was a fucking bunny, or pancakes and stuff like that, and then the bunny explodes. It's that whole scene, and I was like, I forgot about that fucking scene. I remember seeing it in the trailer, fucking laughing my ass off, and it's still fucking funny. There is even an end credit scene that I thought was pretty funny and kind of clever. That was a clever take on the internet aspect of the about kind of making fun of a famous part of the internet. Let's just say, I won't spoil it, but it's pretty funny. As far as while I was watching this movie, it's like, why is people kind of giving a negative reaction to this movie, as far as the audience is giving a really negative reaction? I'm sitting there trying to think about it, and the only thing I can think of, and like I said, this is pretty much pointing out something I already pointed out, in that this movie decides, like I said, I think people were just annoyed by the fact that it didn't, it kind of just abandons the whole video game concept in the first one and just goes to the internet. I don't know why they did that. It is really weird that they did that. I don't know why. Who thought that was a good idea? You had so much ideas and possibilities you could have done with the video game aspects. You didn't really need the internet. It's been done before. Everybody's made it. It's like, every joke that you see in this movie is isn't really nothing new. That you pretty much, anybody who's seen the internet knows what jokes you can make about it. Like I said, I don't know why they it is really fucking weird. You could have gone and did something with more of the video game role, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I laughed at it. Like I said, it still has the charm and the cuteness of the first one. I really loved about the first one. If they do make another sequel, I do hope they just kind of go back to doing the video game aspects of it. I don't know. I heard somewhere that this is the first Disney animated film sequel in fucking years, since probably Winnie the Pooh, that Winnie the Pooh one that came out in 2011. And really? That's the last time they ever I think I had to think about it. There has to be more than just one animated sequel to any of their films. I'm other than fucking obviously straight to DVD, they're not counting that, but theatrical released version ones. I guess there's never been a lot of sequels to their animated films. I never thought about that before. That's weird. So that's fucking weird. Yeah, I recommend it. I like Ralph Breaks the Internet. As far as whether I like the first one or this one better, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the first one, so I'd have to watch that again and then watch this one. They kind of compare and contrast, but it's been a while. So I like I said, from what I remember about it, I like this one just as much as I like the first one, if I remember. Yeah, I liked it. Like I said, I really liked this. I enjoyed it. Trailers, man, what the hell are you getting in front of this? The kid who would be king. That's a fucking mouthful. The kid who would be king. It's not a Lion King spinoff or anything. It's basically the Sword in the Stone, which I thought, like, when this trailer started, I was like, is this like a live action remake of the Sword in the Stone? I was like, I didn't know that was happening. And then I was like, and then it just was called A Kid Who Would Be King. I'm like, oh, why did you just call it The Sword in the Stone? It's the same exact story. It's about a kid who pulls out the sword of Merlin, or sword out of the stone, and there's Merlin, and who's a young teenage kid or so. I don't know. It didn't look like anything I probably will be seeing anyways. It didn't look terrible. It was just meh. The Lego Movie 2, the second part, a new trailer for that. I can't wait for this. I'm looking forward to it. I love the first one. I thought the first one was so one of the best kids movies in the last decade. And like I said, this one doesn't have Phil Lord or Chris Miller directing, which kind of worries me a little bit. But I think the same people that worked on the first one are working on this one too. I think like some of the writers and stuff. So it's still in the same hand. So I'm like, I'm not, I my hesitate. Like that's my only hesitation about it. But it should be fucking good. It looks funny as hell. I love the fact that it's like a post-apocalyptic world in this one. That's funny as hell. I do look forward to that one. Wonder Park, I got a new trailer for that. Which is like finally gives a really explanation, even though this park is called, or this amusement park is called Wonderland. The movie's called Wonder Park. I still don't fucking get that. Like, why are you gonna just call it Wonder Park Land? You can't call it Wonderland, really? Like, I don't know why they're not just calling it Wonderland. Maybe to separate itself from Alice in Wonderland? I don't know. It has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland. Nobody's gonna, I don't know, fucking, why the hell, like, it still makes no sense. It's about a girl who dreamt up about an amusement park in her imagination, and then she grows up to become a teenager, a little brat, basically, and she pretty much just abandons all of the imaginary amusement park stuff that she thought about when she was a child, and then she goes into woods and ends up finding the park there. I don't know if it didn't look like anything. Yeah, nothing I probably wouldn't be seeing anyways. And something I won't be seeing, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Fucking can't wait. I'm hearing this is really good, and the trailers look great. I'm looking forward to that. It was a new trailer I got in front of this for that. I was really surprised I got a new trailer in front of this for that one. I'm looking forward to that a lot. So that's coming out in a couple weeks. I hear it's fucking great. The early reception's really good. So yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I do have one more review to do. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.